There are so many conflicting sources of advice when it comes to reverse mortgages, and it's often difficult to know which advice is right for us. What's the honest truth? Most reverse mortgage information comes directly from those offering the services, right? And that's how they get paid. So can I trust this information? What do I really need to know about reverse mortgages so I can make the best decision for me and my family? After this. What is the honest truth about reverse mortgages? In the next few moments, we will explore the pros and cons of important considerations to determine whether a reverse mortgage is good for you or detrimental to your overall planning. Here is some Copenbarger clarity to help you decide whether a reverse mortgage is right for you. Let's take a look at what a reverse mortgage is. To start, a reverse mortgage is an upside-down mortgage. You know, mortgage, that's when you get a lump sum of money and you pay the bank back monthly for a number of years. A reverse mortgage is the opposite. You give the bank a lump sum of money and the bank pays you every month for a number of years. This might show up as a mortgage payment that you had before that is now absent. Yes, that's more monthly cash flow. Or it might show up as a monthly payment of cash that you actually receive to help each month pay your other bills or fund your lifestyle. The lifestyle that you're enhancing is actually coming from the equity that you have grown in your own home. Oh, hey, if you'd like investment or planning clarification, please feel free to leave a comment or send a message. Or better yet, if you want to get valuable details on the truth about money, then go to judycopenbarger.com and click on the green Discover the Truth button. It's there that we've put together a great in-depth course that will give you insight and actionable steps to help you secure a future that will put you in a positive direction financially for generations to come. Now back to business. There are pros and cons, and we're going to start with why you would not want to consider a reverse mortgage. This is the bad stuff. Some people talk about the costs, and there are costs associated with a reverse mortgage. So, like a regular mortgage, you pay an interest on the money that you've received. But now you're not just paying the interest, you're also paying another layer of interest. You're paying interest on the interest. Those layers have to be paid, and over time could be pretty costly when you're looking at the value of your home. There are fees to establish a reverse mortgage, just like any other mortgage. Sometimes they're a little higher because there's regulatory requirements associated with a reverse mortgage. And then you have the interest rates. So interest rates are generally not as favorable when you're comparing reverse mortgage rates against traditional mortgage rates or the ARM rates. Those are the adjustable rate mortgage loans that you can get that often start with very low interest rates. Another thing that can happen to you, and some people think it can't, is foreclosure. Even though your equity position is in agreement with your reverse mortgage provider, a foreclosure is still possible. If you don't keep up your tax payments, if you don't keep up your homeowners association fees, if you don't keep up your insurances. Another thing to think about when you're considering a reverse mortgage that maybe is not a good thing is you may feel that you're disinheriting your family in little bitty bits at a time. So the family members might not be keen to receiving less upon your passing, right? And this might result in family disharmony. Now that can occur when you're thinking about what you're going to leave your family with this path and what you're going to leave your family with that path. Now, one way around this disharmony is to include your grown children, include your family members that are involved in the potential inheritance of this property, in those educational sessions that are required by the government when you take a reverse mortgage. You actually have to take a class so you know what you're getting into. So involving your family in this big decision can help you avoid family disharmony for many years to come. So that's all the reasons not to do it. Why would you consider a reverse mortgage? For most people, they want to stay in their home. If you want to stay in your home, but it's getting a little tight financially, maybe you have a fixed pension, maybe you have a fixed income, Social Security and a couple other bucks is it every month, and it's hard to pay the mortgage and all the other bills. It's a constraint on your lifestyle, but you don't want to move. A lot of equity in your house, but you don't want to leave your house. You want to be where you're comfortable, where you're convenient, where you already know where the post office is and exactly how to get to your market. You want to stay in your home. Here's another reason to consider a reverse mortgage. If you pass away in your home and you have a home that has quite a bit of equity in it, some of it you didn't put in, it actually grew over time. Happens a lot on the coast where we have great growth in fair market value. When you sell that property, if you are over the amount where there's a tax-free benefit and everything beyond that, there's a capital gains that's going to apply, that could be a big tax. I have a client in Northern California that wanted to stay in her home, but she was thinking, I could downsize. It's a big house. I don't really need all this. And she thought she would just sell the house, downsize, and do the whole thing. If she did that, there would be this capital gains tax due immediately to her on $1.2 million, which is how much the property has grown since she bought it. Now, if she passes away and owns the same property, her family won't have to pay that gains tax because of the step up in basis. Huge difference in tax, huge benefit to wait and stay in her home. A reverse mortgage is something you really want to consider as opposed to selling your house and taking that tax hit. Pros and cons of that. Involve your family in that decision so you make the right one for you. Another advantage to a reverse mortgage is your expenses are lower. The mortgage is gone. For many people, that means freedom. It was probably one of the biggest expenses you had over all those years, and now it's gone. So that gives you more money every month to do those other things you want to do. Travel, spend time with the grandkids, fix up your house. Okay, there is an advantage that's not just for you, it's for your grown children, for your heirs. And this is all of the options that are available with a reverse mortgage. So one thing that your children can do when they receive your property upon your passing, they can pay off their reverse mortgage balance, or they can refinance the property and keep it. Maybe it could be a rental for future cash flows, or they can just keep grandma's house in the family and somebody can live in it for a long time. Because you now have perspective and value here regarding your options when it comes to reverse mortgages, please do me a favor. Share and like this video, hit the bell to receive notifications of other great videos coming up, and leave us a comment about your experience with your reverse mortgage issues in the future. I'm Judy Copenbarger. Thanks for joining us today, and God bless.